Wake up everybody, let's elevate your mind. Live your life without limits, no more wasting time. Don't forget to stay focused while continuing to stay on the grind. Keep your vision real tight, then your future be bright until the finish line.
Good morning, Living Your Life Without Limits family. Thank you once again for joining us this week on Living Your Life Without Limits. I have to tell you, this is hard for me this week. I had to find strength to get through it. And initially going into season 2, I was so excited about everything that we have planned for you. And then obviously with all of the issues that's going on with George Floyd death, tragic death, condolences to his family, and condolences to all the families that have lost lives from police brutality. I'm a Black woman, as you can see. I have a son that's Black. I have grandchildren, young boys that are Black. And it was very hard to get the strength to get through. I, like you, felt angry, hurt, mad, frustrated with the system. And I had to pray and I said, Lord, what are we going to do? Or how am I going to get through it? That's when the title came to me, Yes to Your Vision, in spite of everything that's going on. Because we know there's a lot that's happening right now that rightfully so, we need action to be taken. But most importantly, I want to continue to remind us that we have to stay focused, not just for our communities to get justice and get things that will be more equal in a playing field, but for you to go forward. Let me put it on me, for me to go forward and fulfill that which we set out to do for this year. And there's so much that's going on, it'll make you feel, what's the use? Why do it? I just need to give up. Or maybe it's for me for next year. But if you really want change, and we do, it first starts with us. We have to be in a position of power, economic power, emotional intelligence, where we have the skill, the finances, and the fortitude to go forward. Because when you are whole, you can then help make your community whole and your loved ones and your family whole. So even though there's so much going on, you have to look beyond. I had to look beyond. It looked like I felt lethargy, like no energy, no drive. I felt tired. I said, now I just came back from New York and worked with COVID hours and hours a day, multiple days at a time, and had a lot of energy, and came back and just was drained from everything that was going on. Don't let it distract you. Stay connected to what you set out to do this year. Because as I've told you time and time again, you matter. You have to be in a position where, first of all, you are mentally clear and you have the emotional stability to go forward. Interesting enough, through many tragedies throughout our history and throughout your personal life, come triumph. We have to take what has happened and use it as fuel to be a catalyst for change, not just in our community, but in our own thinking, in our own minds. Because as I said, If you don't begin to take ownership and push where you are in a position of authority, where you can influence change, we will always be where change is handed down to us. So it's so important that whatever area you set out to accomplish and conquer in your life, that you stick to the plan. There is always going to be something that will cause us to have grief or pain or numb us where we feel that we can't go forward. But despite all of the emotions that we all feel right now, keep going forward. You are needed. Your skill, your talent. You need to have a voice at the conference table. Matter of fact, you need to lead the table. You need to be in a decision-making position where you can truly influence change. Maybe you're the next local mayor, district attorney, police chief, vice president of a company, owner of a company. But it all starts with our mind. Family, let's not lose focus of what we started with this year. And as I said, it was hard for me to even do the first taping. I had this plan, that plan, this plan, that plan. I'm going to do this, we're going to do this. And then everything just, the wind came out. But as I began to meditate, I heard in my ear and in my voice, yes to your vision in spite of everything that's going on. I'm reminded in the Bible, in the book of Habakkuk, there was so much problems happening. Wickedness, like we have, wickedness in high places. And he began to question. And many of you may be questioning your faith, your belief in God or whatever it is you believe in because of so much violence that have repeated itself through years and years and years. But it's time for you and I and others to take our rightful place. If you had planned to go to school, continue. If you had planned to have a healthier lifestyle through weight and diet and mental health, continue. If you had a vision that this year I'm going to finally step out and start on my business, go for it. Whatever it might be, your aspirations, your goals for yourself, continue. Don't be discouraged through this time. Bear down and push forward. Because when you are in a place of peace, of stability, where you have arrived, you can reach back and bring others with you. You can pour into your communities. You can be a voice for the voiceless. You can be a help and a strength and a motivation and a comfort to somebody. So it's important that we rise up, even though we're hurting, even though we're in pain, we're frustrated, we're angry. Go forward. The Bible said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, Lord, and I do mean tarry, Wait for it shall come to pass. You have to confess it over your life. I want you every day, if you haven't been doing it or you were doing it and you stopped, to affirm yourself. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself where you're going to be and what you're going to accomplish. Dig within. Push yourself. Push through the pain. Push until something happens. You just need one divine connection and everything can change. Many people, and I've said this before, had been going and developing their skills, developing their talents, developing themselves. And then one day, time and chance came together. And it was the right moment, the right opportunity, the right connection, and everything changed in their life. It is unfortunate that it took this beautiful man's life to have to die for the country and the world to finally begin to recognize the racial discrimination and injustice that's been happening for generations and generations to come. But now, we pray that change will truly be manifested. But I don't want you to wait on the politicians. I don't want you to wait on the businesses that say they're going to do this and do that. I want you to take hold of your destiny and your future and don't let go and put the work in. Because through your efforts and through your determination and your will and your drive to be more healthier and mentally and physically well and whole, you will reach where you're trying to go. Family, don't be weary and don't be discouraged. Be not weary in well-doing. For in due season, through all of your pain, all of your crying, all of your suffering and sacrifice, you're going to reap if you faint not. I just wanted to encourage you today to hold on. The best is yet to come. Stay focused. Get back on your routine of being diligent about your future and your goal. Discipline yourself to make your dreams a reality. You don't have to keep saying, I wish it's going to happen or I desire to happen. Put the work in and the effort, and it shall happen for you. And when you get where you're going, you will be able to help so many more people with your life, with your testimony, with your resources and your skill, most of all, your voice. You'll be able to give back in a very positive way. I'm praying for each and every one of you that this year, even though it started out rocky, that it will end victorious for you on the other side. Write your vision down if you haven't already done so. And if you have, go back to where you wrote it. Put it before you every day to motivate you and remind you of what you have said. Then do the work. Put the work in. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. For every successful person that have reached where they have accomplished, they had to work at it, at least for most of them. Very few were born into wealth. And it's not just money. You want to be mentally prepared and balanced that whenever you reach where you're going, you can handle it. You have the stability emotionally to be able to thrive and enjoy the fruit of your labor. So I want you to go forward. Get your happy back. And I know it's hard. It was hard for me. I had to be honest with you. But let's go forward. Find that grit on the inside of you. And say, I'm coming out of this. I'm coming out of depression. I'm coming out of anxiety. I'm coming out of procrastination. Because I owe it to myself. And you do. Many of us have invested hours upon hours into building somebody else. Their platform, their vision, their goals, their mansions. But what are we doing to build ourselves? Think about that. Think about how much time are you building other people versus how much time are you investing in building your stability, your growth. And if it's not enough, reverse it because you owe it to yourself. We are excited about season 2. And I want you to stay with us because we're just getting started. If you haven't subscribed yet to Living Your Life Without Limits, make sure you click the subscribe button. Follow us on our social media platforms. And also visit us on our website at www.livingyourlifewithoutlimits.com. We have a store with some novelty things there. Also, we have an Ask Shannon question. We do a free consultation, 10 or 15 minutes, if you feel that you need or exploring or looking for mentorship or motivation or coaching or speaking engagements. You can call us for free. You get a free 15-minute consultation. And anyone that signs up with us, I do a free personality profile test for you to help you figure out you. It's not a test that I have created. Psychologists, licensed therapists and psychologists have created this test, and I administer it, and it gives you the results immediately. I took it myself, and it was on the money for me. So I offer to everyone that signs up for one of our courses or our classes for free. I love you. I'm praying for you. My mission is to continue to push you forward, to remind you that you are somebody and to take your place, and to grab hold to the things that you desire and no longer be in the background for somebody else, but take all that talent and skill and drive and put it on you and give it out to the world. Thank you for listening. And remember to love yourself, take care of yourself, because guess what? You're worth it.